So sometimes when you have been around narcissists for prolonged periods, you may walk away with some of that stank on you. I'm telling you right now, you may. It's like dealing with vampires because they are energy vampires and they know they are. Be around vampires, even if you don't get bit, you could have a scratch from their nails. Some of that blood they got off somebody else could drip onto you. Anything can happen, right? Give yourself some grace. Be patient with yourself. Um, Forgive yourself for acting out in ways that you've been groomed to act out in. Like vampires, narcissists love to create more narcissists. They do you the way they do you because eventually they want a reaction from you that shows them that you are turning into them. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Narcissists do what they do to you because they want a reaction or a response from you. Because over time, eventually, they want you to evolve into what and who they are. It's an exchange of energy. That's why they mimic you in the beginning and love bombing, and then they start to really show who they really are. The mask comes off. They want to get you angry, they want to get you upset and cause you to react and respond. And a lot of times that is called reactionary abuse. Don't fall into it, do your research. Don't respond, don't react. They want to create mini me's. It gives them energy. When they put people down and they get an emotional response, even if it's not a verbal one, they get something out of it. It's a payoff. It's a reward for them, and that's very dark, and it's very twisted, and it's super demonic. But that is the game. That is the aim. Um, Also, when you've been around narcissists for a prolonged, it's hard to talk about. For a prolonged period of time, you are going to walk away with triggers, my friend. Um, Give yourself some grace. You are going to walk away with some, it happens because you've been around evil. You have been around evil. If you ever want to know what real evil is, think about a narcissist that you've been around. Pure, unadulterated, unfiltered, unapologetic evil. And don't feel sorry for them. Let them go. Um, the triggers. Little things are going to come up with other people, and other people who trigger you in those areas are not necessarily narcissists. They don't know you've been through the bullshit. They don't know your pain. They don't know your stress, your struggle. They don't know your angst. They don't know your insecurities. They don't know that you are healing or have yet to heal or have healed. And just because you're healed, note that you still will have triggers. You will have to learn to trigger those triggers, but you will still have triggers. You're not Jesus. You can't be around evil like that and come away unaffected. Remember, Jesus was tempted by the enemy. He was around evil too, but he was God personified, just as he was man personified. He was strong in his spot. He knew who he was, so he knew how to shake it off, and he left us with examples. He was around narcissistic people all the time, or people who had narcissistic personality traits. Everybody's not a full-blown narcissist. Nobody can diagnose that, but a healthcare professional, a mental health care professional, shall I say, and be mindful of who you get therapy from, folks, because some of those therapists are narcissists. Narcissists like to, or people with narcissistic traits, they like to, or shall I say, love to, put themselves in positions of power where they feel like you can't get on to the next phase of your life without me, or if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be able to move forward, or you wouldn't be healing. Doctors, nurses, cops, teachers, lawyers, therapists, hello, counselors, Some of them are narcissists. Don't think every freaking therapist is empathetic, because they're not. A lot of this is power, and I know better than you, I know more than you, and if it wasn't for me, and I'm going to tell you who you are and how to blah blah blah. Yes, they can be narcissists. Get your heart out of your hand, put it in your pocket, use your head, and pray for God to lead you to the right places. um Speaking of prayer, sometimes, and believe this or not, God will allow you to go through things to strengthen you where you are weak. How do you know what you need to heal from if you never encounter the evil that exposes where you're weak? Think about that. I'll say it again for the people in the back. How do you know what you need to heal from if you're never exposed to the evil that exposes where you're weak, where your weaknesses lie? Are you too emotional? Do you overshare? Do you overgive? Are you anxious, and do you have anxious attachments? Do you have abandonment issues? Were you rejected by your parents? Were you abused as a child, sexually, mentally, emotionally, even financially, physically? What did people tell you as a child? What were you groomed to believe? And I say that word grooming a lot because a lot of people are groomed. They just don't know what it is, because they just don't know. They don't know that somebody is molding them and shaping them into what they want them to be. A puppet, a yes man, a good girl. Oh my gosh, I hate that term, a good girl, a good boy, a good guy. What is that? Bible says none of us are good. No, not one. Who's good? Not even babies. They're manipulative. They cry because they want attention, or they want blah, blah, blah. And they do cry because they can't verbalize and their needs have to be met. But some of that is just pure, unadulterated manipulation. Manipulation. I'm tired. I haven't been in from work not even 2 hours. But here I am with you. Hi. You're going to walk away with some scars and some stank on you. You're going to walk away with triggers and pain, and take the time to heal. Oh my gosh. Please don't think that you can leave a relationship, whether it's narcissistic or not, whether it's abusive or not, and not have to take time to heal, and not have to take accountability for your part in whatever happened that exposed the pain that's going to allow you to heal. Take the time by yourself to heal. Go to a trusted authority, a renowned therapist, someone who's not in it just for them to win it. Be careful. Relationships are relationships. Even with healthcare professionals, there are relationships, and we draw to us what we are on the inside, not how we dress up, not how we curl our hair, not the car we drive, not the house or the neighborhood we live in. It is who we are on the inside. That's why you can drive by nice houses or big mansions, and woman inside is getting her ass beat by a husband, or the husband inside is getting his ass beat or being cheated on by his wife, because we draw to us what we are on the inside, or what we believe we are, not what we look like. A lot of this shit, this materialism, is smoke and mirrors. Be careful what kind of therapist you go to. Be careful what kind of relationship that you attract, or the type of person you attract, before you begin a relationship. Go and heal by yourself before you hurt yourself some more. Because if you go from narcissism to narcissism, you're just adding on layers of hurt and pain and more trauma and more triggers that have to dig through. And that's a rabbit hole and a hell that I don't wish on anybody. All right, so just be careful about these energy vampires, and don't react, don't respond, and try not to relate. Don't feel sorry for them. Go somewhere and heal by yourself. You will be fine. Be careful of the stank, but it won't hurt you. Peace.